Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you will follow me on Instagram. It's Dan Who. And it makes you feel silly doing that again. But what happens if someone's watching on the playback? Come on, the intro has to happen no matter what happens on the channel. Brandon, can you have a go at doing the intro?
Well, oh, your intro?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Wait. Oh, you put me on the spot. Okay. Pow, and welcome back to Dan Who Reviews.
Beautiful.
My name is Dan W. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And I'm on Twitter as well nowadays, so you can get me at, and then I can't remember your Twitter.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
I'm pretty much there.
I enjoyed that. Okay, so me and Brandon are back at it. So if you were here for the first time, welcome back. If you're brand new, then welcome for the first time. Yeah, don't know what's going on with the stream. As I said, this has been happening for the last couple of weeks, right? YouTube is trying to take my streams down from the inside. 2 weeks ago, we had to put the stream in twice. Last week, it was a dodgy start. This week, it just was laggy. So before we continue, let me make sure the stream is okay, right? So anyone who's still here, anyone who's stuck around for the second time, let us know in the chat. How are we doing? And then we'll get into it. All right. Are we lagging still? Are we lagging? That's what I want to know. Okay. So.
It doesn't look like we're lagging. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the middle of the screen here.
Okay. So let me have a look who's in. So we got Emmanuel, Trevor, Mr. Tumble, JC. Welcome, JC. Glad you can make it. Air Extreme 21, Marcus Yee's here as always, Rush McGowan, Mark Rose, what's up people, Marcus Yee, Phil Jones. Wow, okay, how are we doing people? Before I continue talking, I want to see how the stream is going. Yeah. So what are we saying? No lagging so far, says Marcus Yee. Phil Jones says all good now. Okay, that's the start we wanted. All right, beautiful. So what we're going to do is, Brandon, we're going to start this again, and then in YouTube editor, I'm just going to cut out the intro. Okay. So third time's a charm, all right, Brandon? You're ready for this? Are you ready for this, people? You get the intro once more time. All right, here we go.
Yeah, wait, I'm trying to think. Okay, wait, send it this way.
Pow! And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. It's Dan Who. And I'm on Twitter as well these days at Dan Who Reviews. But I am here, not on my own. As always, I am with Hero.Collections, a.k.a. Brandon's here with me. Hello, Brandon. How are you doing?
Bro, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Happy Friday on a Thursday.
I'm glad that you've slowed the pace down. I'm glad that you slowed it down. Yeah, yes. So we're pretending the other times didn't happen, all right? So, yeah. We're doing this stream on a Thursday.
Other times?
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
Dan. The other times was in the 616 universe.
Oh, okay, today.
We're in 295 over here.
There we go. 295. Okay, I like that. I like that little Easter egg reference. If you know, then you know. The clues in the title. Well, maybe. Who knows what this is titled at the minute? It's a right mess. Right, so we're here again, or maybe not. And we're talking about Age of Apocalypse. Now, I've said this before. It is no secret on the channel that Age of Apocalypse has been that first wave in nearly 5 years that I skipped because I haven't got that love for AoA. And I explained it previously for some people, but I'll explain it again for you guys. So think back, 1995, I was about 8 years old, I think. I think I was. And on TV, during that time, the X-Men animated series was in its prime. It was about in season 3, right? So I was first introduced to the X-Men on that animated show. That's what I loved so much. So when I looked at the comics at that time, in the 1995, 96, it was all Age of Apocalypse. So in my head, in my small childish brain, I looked at Wolverine in the Tiger Stripe outfit with the yellows and the blues. And then I looked at Age of Apocalypse, Weapon X with one arm stub, and he's wearing the dark blues and reds. And I was like, that's not my Wolverine. So as a kid, I was like put off by the comics, because what I see on TV was different to the comics. Now, I know that logic makes no sense, but just think, I'm a little kid. I'm new to all of this. So I was initially put off by AoA. And as I grew up, it was just something that I never went back and revisited because my favorite era of X-Men is that Jim Lee era, that animated show. That's what I love. So I stayed away from AoA. So I never got any of the previous Toy Biz figures or Marvel Selects or whatever's been released in the past. But then when this Marvel Legends wave come out, I was a little bit sad because it was figures I wasn't interested in, which was a shame because, as I said, I've been buying Marvel Legends non-stop for years now. But there are a few characters in that wave that sneaked into the 616 universe, right? Because let me explain about AoA. So I do apologize. Brandon knew all this already, all right? This is no secret. But I'll throw a picture up on the screen and hopefully we're back and everyone's here and everything's rolling live. So tell me if you see the picture of AoA on the screen, Brandon. That might help if you've got the stream still up. Yeah, just taking a sip of my cider because I need it. It stresses me out when YouTube messes with me, okay?
No. Yes, the picture is now up.
Okay, so we're not lagging too far behind. Okay, so that is AoA. So as I said, if you don't know about the Age of Apocalypse, in 1995, Marvel scrapped the 616, but not entirely. They just wanted to tell a story in a different universe, to say, a different reality, if you will. So all of the comics changed to the AoA timeline, which is Earth 295, and that was what Brandon was referring to at the start. The other streams we're in were 295. This is 616. So the storyline is all about Legion. He travels back in time to kill Magneto. Problem is, he doesn't. He kills Professor X. So that means that the world has no Professor X. There's no Professor X making the X-Men and all of this good stuff. And then when Apocalypse eventually gets to Earth, he gets here 10 years early. There's no X-Men, no one to stop him. And he wins. He takes over and he rules the Earth. And it's mutants rule. And Apocalypse puts all the humans into concentration camps and murders them all. Very evil stuff. So that is what the alternative timeline is. Magneto is actually one of the good guys fighting with the human resistance and stuff like that, trying to take out Apocalypse. And then all your favourite characters are in here, apart from Psylocke, no one knows where she is, but all your other favourite characters are in here. They're just different versions of them, as in, like, some of them are now good, a.k.a. Sabretooth. He's now a good guy. He has Wild Child, his little pet human dog thing. And then all your other characters you know and love just have different looks, different character designs. And some people love these. Mark Tak said earlier, these are some of his favourite designs. Is what brought him back into comics. And again, there's no right or wrong answer, people. Everyone has their favourites, their preferences. And it's always fun to have that conversation. Now, we've already worked out Brandon was too young. He was not even born when Age of Apocalypse was debuted in the comics. We tried to find out if his mother read these comics to him while he was a kid, but we don't know. We need to get Brandon's mother on the line. Maybe you could ask your mum now during the live stream, Brandon. Just get her up, get her to make an appearance. She can tell us all about AoA and the times that she read these to you as an infant.
We could have guest appearances from Mama Hero and Mrs. Who.
Yeah. So I've literally, when the internet went out, I went downstairs and told Amanda she needs to be my producer because this is stressing me out. I just need to be the host and not deal with all this tech nonsense. But still, maybe one day. Yeah, yes, Age of Apocalypse. So Brandon started me off on this journey because, as I said, it's in an alternative reality, but some of these characters escaped into the 616, including this guy, Dark Beast. Okay, so this is an evil version of Hank McCoy, of course. He works with Mr. Sinister and Sugar Man and makes experiments with the mutant gene and stuff like that. So he's in 616 storyline. Most recently, he was in the Secret Empire storyline, with Hydra Cap and stuff like that. So he's very recently still been in the comics. So I needed this guy for the shelf because behind me, just like Brandon, I'm building my own little 616, little Marvel universe. So I need each character represented on the shelf. Another character I needed that was this guy here, Sugar Man. Because he can manipulate his body size, he actually shrunk down really small. And I think he snuck into the 616. So he's in the 616 now. But because he's the Build-A-Figure, I need all these other figures, Brandon. I need them all.
You need them all?
I need them all.
Then you get them all?
So I had to go and buy them all, didn't I? So there's no secret, people, all right? There's no secret. Look what I've got here, all right? So I've got Weapon X, the most sought-after X-Men of this year. Still burning the shelves of American superstores, I'm sure.
Fun fact about that Wolverine there.
Please tell me. Please educate me.
Do you know why he has a stub on one hand?
He put his hand in a blender.
Almost.
Okay.
close.
Tell me.
Think about a red optical blast blender.
Red optical blast blender. That could only be one man. That has to be Scott Summers, aka Cyclops.
Yes, exactly.
Cyclops cut off his arm. What?
Basically,
mind blown.
So when AoA first started, right? No one knew why Wolverine had a stubby hand and why Cyclops only had one eye. He was a literal Cyclops. It wasn't until the prequel comics came out that we found out that Wolverine and Cyclops had a fight, and one lost an eye and one lost a hand.
Cyclops is an actual Cyclops. Cyclops is called Cyclops, but he's an actual Cyclops. This is my brain has just exploded, Brandon. The stuff you teach me. The stuff you teach me. Welcome to 295 indeed. Thank you very much, Brandon, for educating me on that and talking about Cyclops. Let's bring up a picture of Cyclops, shall we? Because he has a lovely lock of hair. So do you remember, you're probably too young to remember the singer Gabrielle, but I'm sure Phil Jones knows who I'm talking about if I say Gabrielle. So Gabrielle was a singer who was blind in one eye, and she has like hair covering down one eye, and that's what this Cyclops remind me of, because he has this long, luscious hair covering one eye. Yeah. So he's obviously a real Cyclops, but that doesn't look like the Cyclops we know and love. But yes, that is in fact Scott Summers of the Earth 295. So would you want a Marvel Legend, the Cyclops? Considering we do now have Weapon X Wolverine, do you reckon it's only fair that we get Cyclops so they can do a real battle?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably a given if we were going to get more AoA stuff, because I think we got Jean Grey, we got Weapon X. It's only right that we get the final bit of the triangle.
Yeah, 100%. So I do think Cyclops, if a second AoA was to come out, would be a contender to be in that wave. Again, he's one of the main X-Men, and his character design is different enough for me to justify getting a different figure for him. If you're into AoA. I don't know who would be into AoA, those crazy people. But yeah, so far, you know I've got this guy, Dark Beast, and you know I've got this guy, Weapon X. So there you go. That might be a little tease to what else I've got. All right, people? So as I said, if you're still around, let me jump in the chat and say hello to people, because I do appreciate that you're back for this first time stream. We definitely didn't do it earlier, I promise. Let's have a look. Let me see if I can pull this chat up. Right, so Mark Tax here again. Thank you very much, Mark. I feel like we just spoke to you earlier. Phil Jones, Toy Bandits in the building. Tyreek, CJ's here still. Thank you very much. Inquisitive Minds, Marcus Shee, Extreme 21, Blake, sorry, Cool Comic Cosmic Chronic, Cool Comic Cosmic Chronic. Yeah, that's the one. It's a tongue twister. Cap Lips is here. Wow, thank you. Marvel Collect UK, Trevor. Yes, Jamie, make yourself known if you're still around, people. I do appreciate you. Rich O'Reilly, Laser Pants is in the building. Wow, thank you very much for sticking around, people. I do appreciate it. Stupid technical issues. 4/2012. We back. This is good. We are back. I don't know what you're talking about. We were never here. This is the first time.
We were never not here.
We were never not here. Okay, so I have got those two. I've also got this guy. Do you know who this guy is, Brandon?
This is, I think that's Wild Child from the quick glimpse I got.
He basically looks like a really skinny Sabretooth, let's be honest, doesn't he?
Yeah, Sabretooth's sidekick, right? So
he's basically Sabretooth's little pet. So we now have Sabretooth in figure form. Not Sabretooth, sorry. We now have Wild Child. So he is Sabretooth's, like, Sabretooth treats him as a little dog, essentially. That's why we've got this big chain. But one thing we didn't get recently is a Sabretooth Marvel Legend. Now, we have had an AoA style Sabretooth Marvel Legend in the Toy Biz days. And yeah, maybe the retro Toy Biz days as well, but not Hasbro Marvel Legends. And they're not, doesn't make sense that they give us Wild Child and not Sabretooth, right? So let me just pull up a picture, because I've got a picture, of course, of this beast that is. And believe it or not, Sabretooth was fighting on the side of good in AoA. That's how wonky this universe is. So he was fighting with Magneto and the good X-Men. So yeah, what I like about this picture is if I zoom in, you can see Morph in the background, literally mimicking his face, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's Morph. Maybe I've got him as a figure. Who knows? But there is Sabretooth. So we need Sabretooth in figure form to go along with Wildchild.
That's definitely on the that definitely got on the Omega Red body.
That'd be perfect on the Omega Red body. Really would. Like, so there's Wildchild figure form and there's Sabretooth. All right. So Hasbro are not idiots. If they're going to give us more AoA, I do think Sabretooth isn't far behind, because that's why we've got little skinny Sabretooth, aka Wildchild. It does just look like Sabretooth got really skinny and went on a diet or something. But yeah, our costume design is different enough as well to justify a figure. And Sabretooth is one of those characters where people have actually been asking for a new one because they're not exactly happy with the previous one. So yeah, I think I've got a picture with Sabretooth and Wildchild in attack mode. There you go. That's what they look like. So that's how you can display them on the shelf if you want. Sabretooth letting Wildchild go. So again, if I'm wrong with any of these facts that I'm stuttering, people, please let me know, because I'm sure there's people in the chat that know much more than me. Right.
Marcus Yee saying AoA Sabretooth on the Omega Red Warpath body would be supreme. Inquisitive Mind says they treated him bad. Wildchild is weapon Omega. Marcus Yee said, or AoA Sabretooth on the Hercules body for them bulky, hairy arms.
Oh, yes, very good. So not wrong, because his arms do have to be out this time.
I would also love a new 90s Sabretooth. You know the one that came in the Apocalypse wave?
Yes.
My one, the boot, the left boot, it came off yesterday. The plastic snapped.
Oh dear. Times. Not good. When I hate when a Marvel legend dies on you.
I know. It's as hard to find as that.
Right. So I am people. By the way, I'm just posting this stream. I'm posting this stream on Twitter as we speak. I need. Where's my phone? I need to post that on Instagram. Okay.
Super chat. Mark Tac.
Beautiful. Hopefully Friday reads it out for us. So I'm just going to post this on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any of that good stuff, do me a favour. Help a brother out, because the internet doesn't like me, and share this. Thank you very much, Tac. Once again, I do appreciate my friend.
Tac Customs donated
£4.99
yeah, she's reading it now.
through Super Chat. Brandon, no one in the AoA universe has seen Ghostbusters.
Thank you, Mark. So Mark says, Brandon, no one in the AoA universe has seen Ghostbusters, so you may be suited for the 295. You may be suited. Right, I'm going to my Twitter. Right, I'm going to my Twitter right now. Right, and I'm going to go to my story. If you post this, I will repost it. I promise. All right. So where have I got to go? All right. It's so annoying now because all these links that I've been posting around earlier are now irrelevant. This is why I need a producer, because a producer would be doing this for me while I'm continuing hosting. Right. Right, there we go. Live right now. There we go. Again, I hope everyone's on their phones now promoting this stream for me. All right. That's everyone's homework for the day. Right, there we go. That'll do for now. Everyone stop what you're doing and share this. Thank you. All right. Okay, so what else did I get, Brandon? I got this one. Do you know what this one is?
So that is Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. Right, and do you know we were talking about a love triangle earlier? Guess who Jean Grey is actually with in the 616 universe? In the 295 universe.
She's not with either of them, really?
Nope.
Gambit.
No, I didn't say she's not with either of them. I said, who do you think she's with?
Oh,
so this is
Cyclops.
No, she's with Cyclops in the 616. Who's she with in this 295?
Yeah, wait, that's what I'm saying. Are you saying she's not with either Wolverine or Cyclops in the 295?
She's not with Cyclops, so who's she with?
Wolverine.
She's with Wolverine, yeah, exactly. So in the 295, she's with Wolverine. It's the opposite. And then, spoiler alert, everybody, but I'm sure you don't mind for a 25-year-old comic. But Jean Grey dies in 616. Oh, super chat. Friday's going to read it out. Inquisitive Minds, thank you very much.
_minds donated $4.99 through Super Chat. I'll be your producer.
Thank you very much, Inquisitive Minds. I may take you up on that. I need a producer who can control my Streamlabs and promote and all of that stuff while me and Brandon just sit here and talk toys, because that's what we like doing. To be fair, I just want to sit here, drink cider and talk toys. So if you want to be my producer, I can pay you in cider. Much appreciated. All right, let me just see what's going on here. Right, Brandon, do you want to say hello to anyone in the chat while I just sort something out real quick? Let me switch the screen to you.
So let's have a look. Kevin Maguire says, I need the Xbox version of AoA Nightcrawler. CJ put it on
super chat. Another super chat from Extreme Air. Friday's reading it.
21 donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you very much.
More AoA waves are a must for me, Hasbro.
So Air Extreme 21 says, more AoA waves are a must for me, Hasbro. And that is exactly what we're going to get into in the stream once I've sort of revealed what else I've got. So yeah, sorry, Brandon. Continue, and thank you, Air Extreme. Much appreciated.
Let's see. Yes, thank you and much appreciated, Air Extreme 21 and Inquisitive Minds. CJ said they could use her body again for Storm. I'm assuming, who's CJ referring to? Yeah, and then Tac Tac Customs, Mark Tac. Every time I say Tac Tac, I keep going to say Mark Tac Tac, but then I reread it, his username now says Tac Tac Customs.
We know it's Mark. We know it's Mark.
Well, it says, what up, guys? Thor 2012 says, Wild Child was with Box, Diamond, Lil, Madison Jeffries, and Gamma Flight. Not Beta Flight, my bad. Sunny994 says, sorry for my lateness, lads. I volunteered for a charity on Thursday nights. It says they're going to be the new permanent night, or will we be back to Fridays? I think...
Right,
sure.
Again, since that last stream happened in a different universe, let me just explain again. So, Fridays were going good for us. Routine is key, but my girlfriend wants me to switch it to Thursdays because it takes up our Fridays evenings. Annoying, because just think I have to come on late. Let's not get into it. But anyway, moving forward, it seems to be Thursdays will be the new, unless there's a special event. Like I've already warned her about the 5th of December, that 4-year anniversary party we're going to have online. So I hope you get your party hats ready for that one. But that one's definitely happening on a Saturday. But I'll promote that in advance. But other than that, it seems to be Thursdays will be the new day going forward. So as I said, we shall see. And talking about AoA figures, I've got someone who loves AoA figures. Do you want to say hello?
Smart ass.
Rectangular is in the building. Brandon has no clue.
I just saw the R come up and I thought, R only means one person.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Say hello, Rectangular, to the people.
What's happening, UK folks?
So basically, Todd reached out to me and said, Dan, you're talking about AoA. This is one of my favourite lines. I love these figures. I've been seeing them in all the shops I go in. I've got to get on the stream today and talk only positive things about AoA. So I thought, Todd, of course you can come online and talk about AoA with us today. And that is why he's here.
Yeah, everybody can save money because they're all on clearance everywhere.
I don't know if you can see the stream, but I ended up buying the whole bloody wave, Todd. Basically, I wanted Sugarman. Sugarman's a good builder figure. I don't think anyone can deny that, whether you like AoA or not. So there was only one way to get that, by buying the rest of the wave. And I did buy them on sale, by the way. I brought them on sale. That's what teased me. It was too good as an offer to walk away from.
That's the way to do it, man. Yeah, Sugarman looks like a pretty decent Build-A-Figure. I've been tempted to get him. I saw him on eBay for like 40 shipped, but it's just not essential to my collection. It's not enough storylines that I, would want to try to represent in, photographs or in a display or anything.
I'm just an idiot collector where I feel if I waited too much longer, he'd be hard to find or get too expensive. But like you said, if they're still on the shop shelves, then maybe he'll be around for a little bit longer. But the chat is saying hello to you as well, Rectangular. Quite a few people agree with you as well by the looks of it. And as I said, we were on the same page for a while. We were getting a bit of slack from the actual Hasbro team. Dan Young said that they weren't going to make... Dan Yun, sorry, said they weren't going to make any of my wishlist figures until I bought the AoA wave. So I'm hoping he sneaks in the stream so I can say, come on now, where's my wishlist at? Make all these figures for me. Just like,
that's the thing.
Go on.
Go ahead.
No, that's the thing. As soon as Dan said that, I thought I need to get this Dan hooked onto AoA. So I sent him the small piece to make sure that he would get the rest. And then that was it.
Well, the way that Hasbro's been operating lately, just wait a few years and you'll get a re-release.
Seems to be the way. But again, if it's on that retro card, then I can't be mad at it. And talking about retro card, something that was on my wish list, and I called it here on the channel, you're all witnesses to it, all right, was the Cyborg Spider-Man. And Todd, you found that as always. And you had a few people didn't believe you, Todd. But you had a few doubters, didn't you, out there in the world?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was skeptical at first.
Oh, hang on, Todd. We got a super chat from Blake. 1 second.
Blake Quellman donated.
You can't hear it, but Friday reads it out for us.
99 through super chat.
I'll tell you what he says.
The only person missing from this AoA discussion now is Dan Yoon.
Yeah, so Blake says the only person missing from this AoA discussion is Dan Yoon. And he's not wrong. As I said, if Dan jumps in, I'll make sure his presence is known. But sorry, carry on. As we were saying about Cyborg Spider-Man.
Did Friday already?
Yeah, Friday's read it out. She's done it, yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I love Friday, by the way.
I know, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm liking it. The problem is Brandon can't hear it. So I need to figure out a way to get it into our call so Brandon can hear it. Otherwise, Friday interrupts for me and then I have to interrupt Brandon. It's pretty funny.
Are we going to need to rename Friday Thursday?
I guess so, yeah, maybe. Anyone think of a clever acronym for Thursday? That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
We were talking about Spider-Man. So, yeah, somebody shared it. I think somebody shared it on like Reddit first and then shared it on Facebook. And a buddy of mine, John Papa Sergio, he saw it and sent it to me and said, hey, do you know anything about this? I was like, oh, no, it's the first time I'm seeing it. And so then I posted it to Instagram. And then not too long after that, somebody hit me up and said, hey, I know the guy who took the picture of that figure. And I was like, okay, cool. So then they sent me some more pictures and we're having a back and forth and talking about, yeah, this is a legit figure. This is not fake. They got it from somebody overseas. And then he then proceeded me to connect me with his friend who had the figures. And then the guy who has the figures said, yeah, I've got all three of them and I'll send you better pictures.
Very nice.
So, yeah, I mean, within a day, I mean, almost instantly, I knew that they were legit. You
can tell anyway. Like, usually when all these leaks come out, anyone who's involved in all this can spot a fake. And that Spider-Man just looked too clean. It just looked too clean. Don't get me wrong, there's some great customizers out there, but I don't know. It looked legit. But yeah, I want to know where this guy has got these figures from, by the way, because he's got all three of them. He's literally must be the only person. Laser Pants is in the building. Ryan's here. Maybe he's mad that Todd's on with us on a Thursday. I'll let Friday read it out for us.
Laser Pants donated $4.
Thank you very much.
99 through super chat. Hi Todd, Friday here. I love you too. Hugs and kisses.
So basically, I don't know if you obviously can't hear it, unfortunately, Todd, but you can see it on the replay that Friday just basically says that she loves you and she's sending you hugs and kisses.
Oh, don't let my girlfriend hear.
Hi Todd, Friday here. I love you too. Hugs and kisses.
There you go. Thank you very much, Ryan. Much appreciated. As I said, move to Thursdays now, so I need to start speaking to people and getting some people on. What time is it where you are, Todd? Oh, hang on, another super chat by Tac Tac Customs, aka Mark. Thank you very much.
Customs donated £4.99 through super chat.
Thank you very much.
Hasbro could even make AoA HasLab Human Resistance Sentinel.
Not wrong, not wrong. So, Mark Tat Customs, his super chat says Hasbro could even make AoA HasLab human-resistant Sentinels. So yeah, HasLab, the door's wide open now after that success, and but I don't think they go for Sentinels. Whatever the next one is, I don't think it'll be a Sentinel. They're definitely going to move on from that.
Yeah.
But what time is it where you are, Todd?
It's a little after 2 in the afternoon.
That's
here
not
on
bad.
The West Coast.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Too early to start drinking. Do you drink, Todd? By the way, curious. Do you enjoy a cold cider? Is what I'm asking.
I have never been intoxicated my entire life.
Wow, bravo, my friend, bravo.
Me too.
Beer, or I should say alcohol, or anything else. I've had alcohol, and like if I'm on vacations somewhere, I might have like a pina colada or something.
Cocktail on the beach, or
alcohol, so it's
cocktail on the beach, or a side of a pool, my friend. It's just
be
refreshing. It's nothing about being alcoholic or getting drunk. It's just about tastes good. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, I mean it's like a dessert. It's like it has to taste. It has to be so much sugar in it that I can't taste the alcohol.
Well, Brandon loves so much sugar. He drinks. He has ice cream as his replacement. I come to the stream with a nice cold beverage, and he comes with a tub of ice cream.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm ice cream addict.
No, bravo, gentlemen. Honestly, you got. I just enjoy a cold beverage. I can't help it. Right. So I don't know if you got our video up, Todd. If I show you some of these pictures.
Let's see.
I can
You're
talk.
talking about the YouTube stream.
Yeah. So basically, what I've done is pulled up some pictures of some other characters from AoA that I think would make interest in Marvel Legends if Hasbro do continue with this AoA line, because I do think it's quite likely that we will see more AoA designs in figure form down the line. So I'm going to start throwing up some pictures, and the first one is Brandon. You have to play this guessing game because the chat love it when we play this game and you have no clue who I'm talking about. So he teams up in AoA with Mr. Sinister, and you've already seen a picture of his brother earlier.
Havoc.
Havoc, it is of course Havoc. So I'll throw up a picture on the screen. It might be a little bit delayed for you two, but basically Havoc is in. His costume design is not too crazy. It's all black with a all black sort of outfit of a red bout across the chest, similar to Cyclops' earlier outfit. But then he's got like some weird headset on. Looks like some sort of commando from the future or something. I can't figure out what's on the side of his leg down here. I don't know what that is, but still, there's Dark Beast there. Look at Dark Beast's quiff, by the way. That's it's ridiculous.
Crazy,
but yes, Havoc. I do think he does a lot of killing. Basically, he's like a murderer in AoA, and he deals a lot of killing. Same with Cyclops. So I do think if we're going to see Cyclops in figure form, we may get a Havoc as well down the line. I know you're not a fan of AoA, Todd, but are you familiar with some of the designs?
Not really.
Because I was saying to Brandon earlier that like the Sabretooth AoA design's been released in like the Toy Biz era in Toy Biz Legends. Same with, I think maybe we've had a Marvel Select or even a Toy Biz version of not Cyclops, Colossus as well.
Yeah, the only one that I can remember just because we had a Legends was the Wolverine.
Yeah.
The Weapon X.
Yep, Weapon X is not known as Wolverine in the 295 universe. So let me know in the comments below as we go through, in the chat, as we go through these. Would you be interested in these particular characters? So we've just seen Havoc, and I'll work through as well. So I've got a few up. This next one, Brandon, it's another, basically these characters have got crazy hairdos. It's another character that's grew really long hair. I don't know what's going on in this post-apocalyptic Mad Max world, but it's a villain.
All the barbers got left.
Do you know what? You're not wrong. It's probably all the barbers got killed because they were all humans or something. Unless there's a barber mutant out there. Maybe some mutant has some crazy barber powers and we're not too sure about it. But it's Mr. Sinister, of course. So let me throw up a picture. So Mr. Sinister in one of these pictures has like weird dreadlocks, and the other side he's got like hair going over his shoulders, and his outfit's like more red in the chest. Sort of looks like what Apocalypse is wearing in that figure form. But can you see that, Brandon? Does it come up on your side?
No yet. Oh no, no yet. Oh yes.
It's basically very similar to Apocalypse.
I think the one on the right would be a great idea because it'd be a great reuse of the of that sinister mold, that sinister body.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking like they could easily just repaint the previous Sinister in these AoA colors and give us that. Have you got the Mr. Sinister figure, Todd?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's a solid figure.
He's really nice. I actually have the Toy Biz one also, which isn't bad for that time frame, that era of Marvel Legends.
100%. That Toy Biz Mr. Sinister is one of those. There's one of a few. There's not many these days that can still hold up amongst your sort of Hasbro era legends. There's only a few. That Sinister is one from the Toy Biz era that would definitely still hold up amongst a Hasbro sort of collection. So again, let us know in the chat below. Is Mr. Sinister something you'll be interested in seeing in figure form? I do think a second AoA wave is on the horizon. It may not be next year. Maybe it's 2022. Who knows? But I know that Dan and Ryan are big fans of AoA. And so is Jesse Falcon a big AoA fan as well? Todd, if you know. Someone is.
I would have to assume so because he likes a lot of those 90s comics and designs.
Oh, it is, kid. But I think someone else is championing the AoA figures as well. But yeah, we've got Everything Man Cool CD says hit. J Fig says hit. Jamie says hit. 425 says hit. 12 says hit. Air Extreme says Sinister with dreads. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Sinister with dreadlocks or long hair. Air Extreme says AoA Nightcrawler as well. We'll get to that, my friend. We will get to that. I've got a picture of Nightcrawler I'll be bringing up. Right, so Brandon, I've been teasing Brandon all stream, Todd, because obviously his knowledge of AoA is on point. I just need to keep it refreshed for him. So
yeah, okay.
So do you know, Brandon, who actually had a baby with Magneto? And the chat can play as well. So who had a baby with Magneto in AoA? Mystique? No, not Mystique.
Emma Frost. No.
Good guess.
Huh?
Do you know the answer, Todd?
I was going to guess Mystique.
Oh, so you don't know? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I would have guessed Mystique also.
Okay, so Rush McGowan's got it right straight away. There you go. So's Lewis, so's Marcus. So these people have clearly read AoA. Do you see them, Brandon? Do you see the chat?
Yeah.
It is, of course, Rogue. Mystique's daughter. Articulated heroin nose. So basically, what happens here? I do know a little bit about this. So just think in the 295 universe.
Like there's an age difference. There's a bit.
So yeah, it is a bit weird and off-putting. But in this universe, in the 295, it does actually start off with Gambit and Rogue being together. So they are together originally. But the problem is Rogue sort of wants affection. She wants to be touched, doesn't she? And Rogue and Gambit can't figure out a way for Gambit to touch her properly without, obviously, they can't do contact. So Magneto uses like some sort of magnetic force as a shield, so he can touch Rogue, something like that. I'm not too sure of the science behind it, but essentially Magneto can touch Rogue. So Rogue falls for Magneto because she gets that affection and attention that she desires from him. So they'll end up having a kid in the storyline.
Yeah, she gets a bit too much affection from him, apparently.
Yeah. So I'm sure a few people knew that in the comments as well. But yeah, Rogue. And you can see her picture should be on the screen now. And her character design still has the flavour of a Rogue with the blue, with the greens and the yellows. But it has they all love these collars in AoA. With the neck, they've got those big balls on the collars, if you know what I mean. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's in quite a lot of the character designs, but it still looks like Rogue, just with a little twist. So again, it's another one, just like Jean Grey got a release where it's just a repaint. It's an easy repaint. I could see them doing an easy repaint. And Rogue, again, she's just a popular character at the minute, so she's probably on their radar.
Yeah. Definitely as well.
Yes.
Well, when they teased the glove,
yeah,
I thought that's what they were. I thought that's what they were teasing was an AoA rogue.
Ah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. Yeah, because we weren't too sure they were going to give us any more retros at the time, but that glove was clearly rogue. But yeah, you're right. They could have thrown a curveball and give us a AoA rogue, and that's exactly what she would have looked like. What she does on the screen right now. So let us know in the comments, in the chat, hit or miss on a rogue. As I said, she's very popular at the minute because everyone's after those retro versions. Rogue and Magneto 2-pack. Well, we could talk about Magneto quickly while he's on the radar, because I don't know if anyone's been buying any of the Mafex figures recently. So yeah, so I have got a picture. I'll throw it up on the screen as we talk. So Mafex have been dabbling into Marvel. They started off with Deadpool, then they did a Spider-Man, and then they went to Wolverine, Cyclops, and there's pre-orders up right now for Gambit and even Psylocke, I believe. There's also a pre-order out right now for Magneto, but it's not the 616 Magneto like all the other figures are the standard character designs. They went for AoA Magneto, which the character design is not too far off. But Magneto, again, there's no barbers in the 295, like Brandon said. So Magneto's got long white hair as well.
This is the thing. I was really surprised because I think we've seen the accessories in the photos, and I'm surprised that they didn't include an interchangeable head, because realistically, that's the only major difference. The rest you can kind of,
That's the thing though. If this Mafex figure had an interchangeable head to make it 616 or Age of Apocalypse, I think more people would have been on board. I would have probably got it. Because I've been buying. I've got Cyclops, I've got Wolverine, I've got Gambit and Psylocke on order. I just thought I don't need AoA version of Magneto. But if you've been now, I've got all these AoA Marvel Legends, Brandon. I don't know if I need it. Brandon, Todd, have you been getting any of the Mafex Marvel stuff?
I have the Psylocke pre-ordered. I have the brown suit Wolverine pre-ordered.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And I have a knockoff of the Spider-Man, which is very, very good figure.
Are you a fan of Mafex in general? Do you often go for the imports and stuff?
I'm very selective. I have a couple. I don't even remember what I have anymore. I think was it Mafex? I think it was Mafex, the first Mafex Spider-Man that they put out. I think I was the first person to review it.
Oh wow!
And then the next day I sold it. So
oh wow!
I just don't need it.
Was that like an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, or was it just a comic Spider-Man?
I want to say it was Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I think that's the first time.
Yeah, I've got that one in the other room actually.
I don't think it had an unmasked head though.
So what ones have you got, Brandon?
There's two. So there's three versions of that Amazing Spider-Man from Mafex. The first one was the first movie one, and that does come with an unmasked head, and that actually goes for an amazingly pretty penny on the aftermarket. I think that one's like seriously hard to come by now. Then they released an Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure that was just like a regular version. Then they released the deluxe version. The regular version just came with like usual, different hands, different webs, that kind of thing. And then the deluxe version, which is the one I got, it comes with a magnetic wall. It comes with a bullhorn, a fireman's hat.
Does it come with a backpack as well? Yeah, I think I know what you're on about. Yeah.
What else did it come with? It comes with a whole, I think, a fire hose as well, because there's that scene in the movie where he helps the firefighters.
Yeah.
Cell phone, I said. There's a whole bunch of other accessories it comes with, but it's pretty cool. That was my first Mafex figure.
I do think a lot of people are going to be clamoring for those those Spider-Man, different versions of Spider-Man now that the movies may be going into the Spider-Verse. Our super chat from JC, much appreciated.
CJ Phoenix donated $5 through super chat. They should do a lovers triangle set for AoA.
That's a good idea, CJ. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says they should do a Lovers Triangle set for AoA. So, as I've already showed you 3 different character designs, they could give us... Well, they've already given us... where is she? She's here somewhere. So they've already gave us this Jean Grey. So I don't think we need Jean Grey again. But you could get this version of Jean Grey. Then you could get Weapon X and then the Cyclops maybe. Could happen, but probably not. Probably not now we've already got these 2 single packs. But you never know. We did previously get Wolverine and Cyclops before, and they didn't stop them from putting us in a 3-pack. So maybe.
What does Gambit look like in the AoA?
Wow, I can show you. So as I said, he did start off going out with Rogue, but as I said, he couldn't give Rogue. He couldn't satisfy her needs. She wanted to be touched. So I'll be careful with what I say, Brandon. I can see your face. I can see you like tread carefully, Dan. This is a PG stream. Okay, I get it. But yes, Gambit. I'll put him on the screen now. So Gambit looks a little bit ruggedy. I think the AoA is very much like a Mad Max vibe. It's like Marvel characters in a Mad Max style universe with like tattered uniforms. Nothing's matching. Everything's a bit odd. They've got
crazy.
Yeah, so Gambit's like blue. He doesn't have a jacket. He actually has a cape, and then he's like got yellow boots. And I'm not. Yeah, that's just a shadow. It's not yellow arms. I think that's just the shadow of this particular frame. But yeah, blue outfit with a cape. He reminds me of someone else, but I can't think who. Like, it looks familiar, if that makes sense. Do you know, I look at that character design and think it
does look like, just at first glance, the boots, that new Thunderstrike. The yellow boots and the blue body.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Kind of resembles it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but that's not...
He looks like some sort of Robin Hood character.
Yeah, it's weird seeing Gambit with a cape. You don't usually see Gambit with a cape.
Yeah, no.
But that's an interesting design. So again, let us know in the chat if is that a figure you want to see.
Well, they could, if you're talking about doing a 3-pack, if they're going to do like a similar thing, they could do Rogue and Gambit and Magneto.
Yep, that would be pretty good because as I said, that's their own little. I guess that is a love triangle of the AoA.
Love triangle. There you go.
Yeah, so that's not a bad shout. I mean, as I said, I do think. And again, I'm sure Todd would agree, whether we like these designs or not. I do think we will see more AoA figures from Legends. Let me just quickly jump to the chat, see what anyone's saying.
So CJ is saying Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit. Articulated Heroines is saying Magneto, Rogue, Gambit, Lovers Triangle. Or Colossus, Kitty Pryde, AWOL, Lovers Triangle.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Jamie and Frank both said that Phoenix versions of Jean Grey would be great. Phil 2012 says, I've yet to start dipping into the Mafex stuff. I'm starting with the Batman Hush stuff first as well. Which, by the way, is sad news for everybody. Hush Superman from Mafex got pushed back till 2021.
Damn.
What else we got? Marcus Yee says it looks like Strider Hiryu from Capcom. CJ says Gambit reminds me of Richter.
I'm going to pretend I know who that is, by the way. I have no idea who that is.
No. Kosak says, hey, buckos. Trevor says Gambit, hit. And then Rush, Everything Man, CJ, Cool Comic, and Marcus. Sorry, all of them but Marcus say hit.
Okay, interesting. I want to throw an oddball at you now, all right? So, as I said, in AoA, Rogue gets with Magneto. They have a kid. So, but Rogue and Magneto, they're busy. So they need someone to look after their kid. So who do they hire? They hire a nanny. So anyone who's read AoA knows who Nanny is, but she's a character all in herself. And I think Mark Tatak even mentioned her in the comments earlier. So let me show you this character design for Nanny, because I actually want a figure of this. 1 second. Here we go. All right, she's on the screen. So if anyone doesn't know who Nanny is, she is like a robot that Magneto built to serve, essentially. So it's like a robot in like a maid outfit who's seen in the background of so many panels within AoA. And I think she does have her own little powers and stuff like that, but she essentially protects their baby, their son Charles, because they name their son Charles. But yeah, can you see that design, Brandon and Todd?
Yeah, that's a bit of a creepy design. I'm trying not to look at it. I feel like it's one of those things. You know when you see those like those like little horror stories when it's like, you know, say something in the mirror 3 times and then clap your hands.
Candyman. Yeah. Frank in the chat says Jetsons. You're not wrong. It does look like the maid from the Jetsons. Maybe that's where it's inspired from. To be fair,
it just made me shudder. It's not just the face, but the outfit is just a bit.
Sunny says that is a terrifying nanny. At least your kids would behave, though. Let's be honest. If you're gonna hire that,
I think on the Jetsons it's Rosie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. She's the maid for the Jetson family.
This is like this is the anorexic version.
Yeah,
you're not wrong. Yeah, she has only got one leg. I don't know if it's seen very well, but she just goes around on a wheel or something like that. I think it's a wheel attached to like some pipe here. But she's a character in AoA, and as I said, she's usually in the background of the comic panels whenever you see Magneto and Rogue and stuff like that. Every man cool says Mary Poppins. I guess she's the Mary Poppins of the AoA world, if you will. But yeah, I thought I'd throw an oddball one in there because, as I said, this character definitely hasn't been seen in the 616. So it's unique to AoA at least, unless someone knows different. But let's be honest, would anyone buy, if the Nanny came out as a single packed figure, would you want her? Would you add her to your AoA shelf? Would you add her to accompany your Mafex Magneto maybe? Let us know in the chat. Let's do a hit or miss for the Nanny.
Yes, let's see. Thor 2012 says, I want the 616 Nanny and Orphan Maker.
Oh, okay, so there's a 616 version.
Oh, okay.
I gotta say, you're not likely to see this single carded. It might be a Build-A-Figure. I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
But, the fact that they can't reuse it for anything else, that would make it very slim.
Yeah, the unique tooling would go for a Build-A-Figure, wouldn't it?
Hasbro just like every now and then to throw a deep cut in there, just to remind us that they read the comics. And I do think this is one of those odd characters that they could throw in there. Because
But I feel like on the... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we've got figures like... I'm looking around now. We've got the White Bunny, White Rabbit, earlier this year. We get characters like Eel and Z-Rate villains and stuff. Do you know, like... So I just thought it was a funny character that would make for a fun, interesting figure on the shelf. But Todd's right. I doubt we'd see it. But the chat are saying they'd want it. Do you want to read some out, Brandon?
Yes. So... We have because that's what I was going to say is that it's on the AoA scale of odd to odd. This is very odd.
Yeah. And had you known about that character before I just put it on the screen, by the way?
No.
Okay. So at least you're learning things in these streams.
And I hope by tomorrow morning I forget that.
I'm going to send you pictures.
Rush said miss on Nanny. Frank said yes. Jamie said hit for creep factor. Articulated Heroine says hit. Marcus.
I knew he'd like
hit.
it.
Everything Man Cool says hit. Sonny says no. I'm not going to try sleeping with that thing on the shelf. Cossack Raider says miss. Phil Jones says I'll take one hit. Nero says I'll hit the Nanny.
I'll hit the Nanny. Careful now.
Yeah, Trevor Maguire says miss. Golden Arm says yes, they're currently in the Hellions. CJ says yes, if she came with Charles to complete the family. Tac Custom says, well, technically isn't AoA Nanny is the 616 Nanny from Nanny the Orphan Maker. And Marcus Yee says, I could use her for Power Rangers Villain or Monster of the Week. Yeah, fair enough. Crazy Toon Productions, hit, but for the character only, not for an AoA shelf. Phil Jones says, sticker dress and a new head on the Ultron back. Maybe.
Well, we did get Jocasta. She's a robot.
Yeah, there you go. But Jocasta is like badass, whereas this is just creepy. Tac Custom says AoA Mandri and Fadine Soldiers Build-A-Figure. This AoA stuff just goes over my head, man. Todd, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't care how good the story is. Those character designs and the artwork itself is just hideous to me.
Yeah. It just the thing is that even if I have no place for it. You know, I've got a 90s X-Men show shelf. I've got a modern X-Men shelf, which is where House of X and Powers of X will go on to as well. But I just, I mean, it's just too obscure for me.
That's my problem now. Is now I've got the actual wave. Like, do I need to buy Apocalypse? Do you know, because I can't just have it's the age of Apocalypse. So if someone wants to super chat me £28.99, I'll go and buy Apocalypse on Amazon so I can build up my shelf. But I think I need it. Do I need Apocalypse? The chat can let me know, right? So I've just brought this AoA wave so I could build Sugar Man and stuff like that. And if you want to contribute to my Let's Buy Apocalypse fund, it would be appreciated, because I think I'm going to have to now. But again,
so Dan, you never read AoA?
No, as I was explaining at the start of the stream, is that when AoA come out in about 95, I was a kid watching the cartoon. So my first introduction to X-Men was that cartoon. So I hadn't read I hadn't been shown the comics yet. So when I actually did get to reading the comics in about 96, it was all AoA. So in my brain, I'm thinking that's not Wolverine, because my Wolverine was the Tiger Stripe one. Do you know, it was all the Jim Lee styles from the animated show. So I was instantly put off by the comics, because everything in the comics at that time was all AoA. So I just instantly just went, no, that's not the X-Men for me, and just ignored it. So yeah, I went back and read about it, and I always try and do my research so I can sound clever 5 minutes before I come on stream. But I did know a bit. Obviously, when the wave got announced, I went and learnt about it as well. But it is one of those where I've, do you know, I watched a YouTube video or something like that. There's the people on what's like the comic historian. Oh, okay. So Air Extreme has dropped in a super chat. Thank you very much.
Air Extreme 21 donated $5 through super chat.
Thank you.
Towards AoA Apocalypse.
Thank you very much, Air Extreme. Much appreciated. He's donated £5 towards Apocalypse, and so is Tac Tac.
Tac Customs donated £4.99 through super chat. We need AoA Silver Sailor.
Thank you very much, Mark Tac Tac and Air Extreme, both for donating £5, $5. Much appreciated. So Air Extreme says it's towards your AoA fund. Much appreciated. That really will go towards AoA. If I can get £30, I will buy AoA and review it on the channel. I promise you, all right? And Mark Tac Tac dropped in with, we need an AoA Silver Sailor. Have you heard about Silver Sailor from the 616 universe, Todd?
Yeah, apparently Brandon's got the copyright on it.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. He's trying to get it going.
I'm trying to think of the other ones. What was it? Silver Sailor, Scarlet.
Oh, what was it? It was like Scarlet Surfer or something like that.
Yeah.
No, Scarlet Skater.
Scarlet Skater, there you go, yeah. And it was something green something.
What was the other one?
It was like a green something or other. If anyone in the chat remembers, let us know.
Great Golfer?
Great Golfer, there you go. Well, that's a free pack right there. That's a free pack right there.
That was good, like that was on the spot as well.
All right, let me see what
that's the AliExpress 3-pack.
Yeah, yes. There you go. The knockoff.
All right, let me see who else I've got. Okay, so someone else mentioned earlier about a 2-pack possibility. So 2 other people that are a couple in AoA are Colossus and Shadowcat. They're a couple, they're husband and wife, if you will. And Colossus sort of is doing his best Raphael sort of cosplay. I'll show you what I mean. I'll throw up a picture. So Colossus has like a red bandana on, just like Raphael, probably the 3rd best turtle if we're going to get to it. But yeah, Raphael inspired bandana. You'll see it when it comes up on the screen for you. But it's Colossus, as you know, with all the metal gear. But he's like got a few tattoos on, and he's got a red bandana, and his character design is different. We have had a Marvel Legends as well. That particular version of Colossus has had a Toy Biz figure as well, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
maybe select.
Maybe in the 3 3¾ inch line.
Maybe it was Marvel Select. I didn't really think about the scale, but I know I've seen this design of Colossus previously in figure form. I don't know if anyone's got a Google machine in front of them, but there's definitely been AoA Colossus in some form. Maybe someone in the chat will know as well.
Well, this is what I find. This is what I despise about the AoA figures is that this is a very limited run in the comics.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a ongoing
It was like
storyline.
It lasted like a
these-
year, and then it went back to 616. It had an ending. It had a definite ending. Yeah.
Yeah, these characters were not in these costumes for any long period of time.
Mm.
And to see us getting Marvel Legends of these costume designs when we have so many classic versions of characters that we don't have. Like, we don't have an actual Shadowcat.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have, several members of the West Coast Avengers. Like, just now we got Silver Centurion and War Machine, and we have Hawkeye, but we don't have. We're supposed to be getting a U.S. agent. We don't have a classic Wonder Man. We don't have a classic Mockingbird.
Yep, you're right.
You know, there's just so many characters that we need. We don't have a Dark Miss Marvel. We can't complete that team yet. Like,
It's just Hasbro's way of getting out more familiar names on the shelves again. Like, because when they're selling it to retailers or trying to get shelf space, to the retailers, it's just another Wolverine. It's just another Cyclops. They're not really too bothered about the designs. They're not looking into it. So I do think it's just a sneaky way for Hasbro to give us more of the more mainstream characters. But you're completely right. There's lots of characters we need, especially in the Avengers sort of world. And particular designs as well. A lot of the Hasbro Legends we've got are modernized versions, like Falcon, for example. First time we've got Falcon in the Hasbro era, and it's the more modern style Falcon rather than the classic look. Like, we don't even get a Red Wing with him. I got another super chat from Articulated Heroines.
Articulated
Friday's
Heroines
reading it for us.
donated £5 through super chat. He'll buy a case of AoA, Colossus and Shadowcats to make up for Todd Grin.
Thank you very much, Articulated Heroines. Much appreciated, my friend. So he says, hereby a case of AoA, Apocalypse, and Shadowcats to make up for Todd. So don't worry, Todd, you won't buy them, but Articulated Heroines will buy a whole case to make up for it. So let me show you what Shadowcat looks like as well, while we're on the topic of both.
Just on that, I think it's a really interesting point, because I think that Hasbro are trying to do that as well, where like this year, for example, there was something for everyone, like across the line.
Oh, hang on, super chat's interrupting you 1 second. Eric Streams on it again. Thank you very much. It says, let people have their fun, Todd. If we can have Gamerverse, we can have AoA.
But this is a good point.
Oh, hang on,
right?
it's still going. It's still sorry, Brandon.
99 through super chat. Let people have their fun, Todd. If we can have Gamerverse figs, we can have AoA Tears of Joy.
Yeah, sorry. So the first super chat came in with $2 from Eric Stream. He says, Mr. Sinister Nasty Boys team, just jumping in with more characters that we need. So yeah, he's right with that. And then Blake jumped in with saying, let people have their fun. If we have Gamerverse, we can have AoA. And as I said, that's what's the fun about collecting, by the way, before Brandon continues, is it's just that there's no rules. You pick and choose. You buy what you want in your collection. That there's no rules. It's just like Todd was trying to say, and what Brandon's probably going to continue to say, is that it's a shame that there's still a lot of bigger gaps in the collection rather than AoA. But sorry, Brandon, continue.
I think it's like what Blake says there. Like, I didn't get any of the Gamerverse figures, but I didn't get any of the AoA figures. But I did get Captain Marvel, I did get Leader, I did get Kang, I did get Falcon. We are starting to see like definitive versions of characters, albeit modern costumes, that kind of thing. But I am liking that we're starting to see, like this year in particular, there are so many of my like favorites that have had real like definitive offerings, like those ones I just mentioned: War Machine, Winter Soldier, Crossbones, Red Hulk, Moon Knight.
Yep.
Spider-Man, all got really nice, decent updates. But I do agree with Todd that I would like to see more of that, because the body molds are there. I guess it's just finding the right place at the right time. But for me, I would love to see more waves like that where we're getting characters. I'm like, yes, this has been in the making for ages. Like this villains wave coming up. I hope we get to see, a Red Skull that is like completely up to scratch, a Baron Zemo that's completely up to scratch. Like I completely redid my the villains that I have on the Marvel villains that I have on my Avengers shelf, just because some of the ones that I had on there were just lame compared to the newer figures. And at the moment, the only ones I've got on there are Loki, Leader, Claw, Hyperion, the Select Ultron, Abomination, Ironmonger, and Crimson Dynamo, because they're like more recent, up-to-date, solid offerings of those characters. I know we're getting away from AoA, but I just think it's a great point by Todd.
Yeah, no, 100%.
While
you were talking as well there, we got a super chat from Marvel Legends UK, and I'll replay it if it will let me. Thank you very much, Marvel Legends UK. I think that's Neil, so if it is
Marvel
Neil, thank you very much.
Legends UK donated £2 through super chat. Is this the Action Figures Anonymous meeting?
So he said, is this the Action Figure Anonymous meeting? Yeah, I think we're just all venting. But again, I don't want to be negative. Hasbro are giving us so much. And again, sometimes I do think we are closed-minded, as in like what we personally want. But we forget there's probably 90% of people love AoA compared to us. Do you know, like it's about the balance.
And I think, as I say, I think this year's, and I've said this all along this year. I said it at the start of the year. I've said it throughout the year. I'll say it again now. This year has been the best year for Legends. Every year just gets better and better and better. The products get better. The QC gets better. The distribution gets better, especially here in the UK. And and the figures are just amazing. And what I like about the line is that there is something for everyone. Mainly because I get to enjoy what I get to enjoy, other people get to enjoy what they get to enjoy, and I get to have breaks in between certain things. I love the fact that they release
breaks.
Yes,
breaks. You can take a break. You don't have to buy everything. Is that what you're saying?
And the Gamerverse stuff, it meant I only had to get 4 figures across 2 waves.
And you're only telling me this now, so you're basically saying I don't have to buy every Marvel Legend that comes out. Is that what you're saying?
You can pick and choose.
Okay, let's not tell the girlfriend that. She might be listening, all right? You do, all right? You do have to buy everyone.
But exactly like you say, there are certain levels of characters, the definitive versions of characters that as every collector.
Okay, so let's segue back into AoA. We're talking about definitive versions of characters. How about this definitive version of Shadowcat, who looks nothing like the definitive version of Shadowcat? So this sort of looks like X-23. I don't know how well you can see it on screen yet, but it doesn't look like the Shadowcat you know. And spoiler alert for a 25-year-old comic storyline. So Colossus tries to rescue his sister from Sugarman because Sugarman has her captive. And I think Sugarman ends up killing his sister. And Colossus is raged and nobody can get in his way. Like he's got... So basically Shadowcat's his wife. So she tries to stop him. Shadowcat tries to stop him. But he's like clouded with rage. And he actually kills his own wife. He kills Shadowcat. So Colossus murders his own wife in this storyline. Terrible. And thank you very much for Air Extreme. Another super chat. He said we could use a deluxe Dragon Man re-release. You're not wrong, my friend. Go and catch the stream last week because me and Brandon broke down all of the Fantastic Four waves from the past and talked about Dragon Man in detail. So go and check that out. But yes, we agree. So are any of you familiar with that version of Shadowcat? Does that look like the Shadowcat you know?
I'm confused about the claws.
Exactly. She's a cat. She's a Shadowcat.
Yeah, weird. I really like the costume though, to be fair. Of all of the AoA costumes, that's the one that I like the most. I like the metallic, I like the sheen kind of look, Can
you see it?
It looks like...
Can you see it, Todd? Sorry.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen this costume. And I'm trying to think, if they did make her, could they use those parts for a new what the hell is her name that we need, who was in the Reavers?
Lady Deathstrike.
Lady Deathstrike, yeah.
Yeah. We do. I reckon, again, it's inevitable before we get another one of them. But yeah, this Shadowcat obviously doesn't look like the Shadowcat we know. Me personally, obviously UK repping, we need an Excalibur Shadowcat, just like Golden Arm says in the chat, with like the classic look. I think she wears the pink. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so Shadowcat and Colossus, I think, was it Articulated Heroines who said that he'd buy a whole case if these were a 2-pack. But yeah, Colossus, Shadowcat, they're a couple. Both look funky. And again, if Hasbro are going to give us more AoA figures, I do think these are two characters they could give us, because this is just like a X-23 with a new head, right?
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, essentially.
So X-23 has 2 blades instead of 3.
Okay, so Articulated Herons in the chat says, the only good Shadowcat, the claws are because Wolverine trained her and she smokes like a chimney. Well, that makes sense if you hang around with Logan all the time. But yeah, that makes sense why she's got the 3 claws then, because Wolverine trained her. But yeah, interesting design there with Shadowcat.
So do they pop out of those bracelets, I wonder?
I don't know. Articulated Herons, you can let us know. Do the claws pop out like Wolverine, or are they just on her? Are they just like gloves that she wears, essentially? And Rush McGowan says, Sugarman didn't kill Liana. Liana? Yeah, that's Colossus' sister, by the way. She's like the last mutant with like time traveling abilities or teleport. Something that can basically help Bishop go back in time anyway. She was in the middle of the M-Cran crystal changing realities, and Colossus went to get her, even though that it would endanger everybody else. Okay, see, this is how AoA gets deep. I don't even know this bit. So thanks for letting us know, Rush McGowan. Much appreciated. Again, it is one of those stories that maybe I'll go back and read in full, but at the minute I've just got the sort of Cliff Notes version in my brain, if you know what I mean. And Articulated Heron says, yes, Todd, they are retractable from her bracelets. So again, that could be a figure where you got bracelets as an accessory, and then bracelets with the claws on as an accessory. So talking about more figures that we've previously had, this is a figure that I think it would be very sought after. So if I said to you, Brandon, I think Todd would get it, but maybe Brandon, if I said to you about the figure, the character Holocaust, would you know who I'm on about, Brandon?
No.
Okay, but if I said to you, what's it? Nemesis, sorry, Nemesis. Would you know who Nemesis is? Let me throw up a picture.
Both of them I just know from the Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so they're the same person. So basically, he's called. I'll throw up a picture up on the screen, and there is a Build-A-Figure, obviously. Was this Build-A-Figure, Todd? You'll know. Was this in the Hasbro era?
Yes, it was, and that's one of the few Build-A-Figures that I don't have.
Yeah, I don't have this one either. This is where the head pops off, and it's got the little skeleton inside. Yeah.
Yep.
So his name was Holocaust, obviously, but he's sort of been rebranded, because, as you can imagine, a toy company don't really want to release a figure called Holocaust. So he's now called Nemesis, but his origin in the comics is Holocaust. But they're the same person, essentially. And we have, as Todd said, we have had this in Hasbro days, but we do need a nice updated one. I haven't got this. Brandon, have you had this one in hand at all?
Never.
Has anyone in the chat got this Build-A-Figure? Is it any good? It's one of those that looks like it still might hold up amongst your other figures on the shelf. Just because it's such a crazy character design, it's not something you could pick fault with.
And I think the only figure from that wave that I have was a Nova.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we haven't had another one of that.
That's another character in need of an update. I love the 2014 one, but I would love a new Nova.
What's wrong with the one we got?
I like it, but it's the Bucky Cat mold.
Come on now, he's not doing kung fu.
No, but I love butterfly joints on my figures. I love butterfly joints, Todd.
I mean, I do too, but it's kind of like
it's one of those. It's not like it's on the it's not like on the list of must redo soon, but it's on my list of I would really enjoy it if they did. Which
Novas are you on about? The Richard Rider or the Sam Alexander? Which one? The young or the old?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Richard Rider one.
Okay, yeah. Didn't we got him in the a group Build-A-Figure wave as well, right? He got re-released in that wave.
No, he's never been re-released.
So Richard Rider Nova, unless I'm mistaken, he was in the group Build-A-Figure wave. I swear he was, with the Space Iron Man.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yes, he was Hasbro put up a new version of him.
Okay, okay.
But they haven't re-released the Return of Marvel Legends.
Okay, yes. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because we have got most recently the younger Sam Alexander version, and I do think if MCU go in a Nova direction, which may be the case, I think they will go with the Sam Alexander version of Nova because they're trying to build out younger characters, and Richard Rider may give him the helmet or something like that. That's what I think. Because was Nova part of like the most recent New Avengers team? Well, I say recent, but I'm talking like 2016, 17. It's when Miles Morales and Kamala Khan and Vision and Falcon, they were
all new, all different.
Yeah, you go. That's the one I was looking for. All new, all different. Yeah. Because we've got that team. That's an actual team we've got with the Jane Foster.
More shelf dedicated.
Yeah, Jane Foster Thor. We've got her as well. They're an actual team we've actually got in Figure 4.
The new X-23 Old Man Logan.
42012 says we got Night Thrasher and Rage, but we need Nova, Namorita and Speedball to have the new Warriors. I probably butchered that name, but I know who Speedball is. And we got a Darkhawk as well. Yeah, Darkhawk's actually one of the few characters I've got flying in the corner of my display. Right, Nemesis. Back to Nemesis. Right. So that is a character we can all agree that even though it's AoA influenced, we'd all quite happily buy or track down if it got re-released.
So is the character himself just like a little skeleton, and then he like pilots a robot?
Yeah, I think he's like in like some sort of magma body. Usually I'd ask Rob Pollock in the chat. He's usually our historian, but I think for today, Articulated Heroines has took over that role. So, or anyone, if anyone knows for 100% sure, without me going to the Google machine, let's see if someone can help. But we're assuming that Nemesis is like a body controlling some sort of magma sort of mech, it seems. But I don't know, because he is like a weird skeleton. Nemesis is Apocalypse's son, Figured Out says. Interesting. So I didn't know that part. Okay, so Articulated Heron says his powers burnt out his body, so Apocalypse built him an ectosuit with Sinister and Dark Beast. Okay, so yeah, you're spot on, Todd. It's a suit that he wears. It's like an ectosuit. So yeah, because I knew he was like a little skeleton thing. I only knew that because the figure comes out of the Builder figure. And then Rush McGowan says no, Holocaust had a regular body, but after killing Scarlet Witch, Magneto destroyed his body. Dark Beast built the armor to control his body. Okay, so there's another interesting tidbit talking about because he's just said that Holocaust killed Scarlet Witch. So another reason why Rogue got with Magneto is because when Scarlet Witch died, a piece of her mind stayed in Rogue, and because Scarlet Witch wanted to protect her father, Magneto, Rogue had like this instinct to protect her father, which also made her more connected to Magneto. Weird, isn't it? Very weird. This is all AoA, people, all right? This is the 295 reality we're talking about here.
It's like go across my head.
Yeah, but apparently a piece of her is in her.
So that was another AoA figure that we've had in the past, besides that Weapon X Wolverine and the Sabretooth that Toy Biz gave us.
Yep, 100%. And again, I 100% know we've got Cyclops somewhere, but I think even JC in the chat said it wasn't Marvel Legends, so maybe you're right with a 5-inch. But or maybe I've just seen a really good custom. Who knows? Right, let's see who else I've got pictures.
You're talking about Colossus.
Colossus, yeah, sorry, my bad. Colossus is what I meant. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so it's a time traveling story. So can you name a time traveling character that obviously has his own unique? Who?
Bishop, Cable.
Pick one.
Bishop,
yes, Bishop, of course. So they do try and send Bishop back to stop Legion from killing Charles in the timeline. So let me throw up Bishop here. And Bishop's got like the bald head that we know. And he's also got like a cape, like a tattered cape on. And again, I do think it's another look where even people who ain't massive AoA fans may just like this version of Bishop in figure form. It's still got like the big M on his eye, and he's still got elements of red, I think, in his costume as well. Oh, and I think someone was mentioning in the comments as well about 90s Toy Biz 5-inch had a Colossus or a Cyclops.
Yeah, it says 90s Toy Biz 5-inch has a lot, but yes, no Legends AoA Cyclops.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I knew the Cyclops had never been done because that was such a crazy design. Everything Man Cool says soft goods needed. Yeah, I guess maybe some soft goods would be good on a character like this, but you know Hasbro, they if they give us soft goods on a character, you know they're only tiny. They're only enough for a neckerchief piece. That's all you're getting with Hasbro. Apparently,
well, at least but I think that whatever. I think with Legends it's just easier to go third party capes.
If we want Legends to stay at the price point they're at, we're not going to get clothed capes and stuff. It's as simple as that. So maybe in a deluxe figure down the line, we'll get cloth goods with a cape or something. But not with single release figures. Do you like this design for Bishop? Does it even if I showed you this picture and asked you to tell me who it was, would you just be able to tell it was Bishop anyway?
Yeah, Bishop is definitely one of my top favorite X-Men. So if of all of the AoA character designs we've seen so far, this is the only one I consider getting so far. Just because I like Bishop, just because it's not too like crazy and obscure. It just looks that could easily just be a different look for Bishop while he's in a future timeline doing what he does. And
that logic makes sense as well, because I guarantee there's people out there that don't like AoA, but they're going to buy every single Wolverine that gets released. So there's people that have brought this guy here just because it's Wolverine. Yeah. Do you know, like, and you're right, Bishop is a time traveler, so you could have him in the corner of a display just as a little Easter egg, as like, oh, what's that guy doing there? Oh, it's the 295 version of Bishop making a little visit to my shelf.
Yeah, and just for fun as well, I think. Because that's the thing, like, I first considered getting the Weapon X just to see if I would dip my toe into AoA. But I ended up just designing against it because at the end of the day, logically, it wouldn't fit anywhere on the shelves in my universe, kind of thing. Whereas, like, exactly as you say, that version of Bishop could easily fit on the side, and it's good to go.
Todd, I reckon you should get rid of those Punisher bikes on your display and build a whole display dedicated to AoA.
You know what, Todd? I think sod AoA, keep the Punisher bikes.
Have you got that third bike on the shelf yet, Todd? I'm dying to know. I'm desperate to know.
No, I'm keeping that one MOC.
Quick question while it's on my mind. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Me? Yes.
Clone Wars fan?
Potentially. I've been waiting to watch it. I have I've been putting off watching Clone Wars and Rebels for a long time, so when there's nothing else to watch, that's what I'm going to start watching.
Highly recommend it.
So Brandon's showing off his tribal paint clone trooper, by the way.
I think I've got 6 of these now.
They're very sought after at the minute.
Oh man, but that's the thing. It was so easy to army build these if you were smart about it. Like I got 2 from Comics and Cocktails and then 1 from everywhere else. You
got to go think ahead though. People don't think ahead. Some people don't like pre-ordering, do they? Some people wait till it's in stock. No, exactly. So I don't know. It's a dangerous game they play. All right. So before we get into the random chat, let's just go through these last couple of designs. I think I've only got one more picture anyway, and a few people did bring him up in the chat earlier. And by the way, Articulated Heroine says it's a hit for Bishop because him and Legion are key to the whole event, which is true. Obviously, without Legion, AoA reality wouldn't have even happened because here's the guy that sort of sets it in motion. But I haven't got a picture of Legion, but I have got a picture of this guy, and it's Nightcrawler. And again, Nightcrawler looks pretty similar. I reckon if this guy came out, it would be one of those where people wouldn't be able to tell too much of a difference. But he hasn't been to the barbers. Again, as we've figured out here in this stream, there were no barbers in the 295 universe. In that reality, no one knew how to cut hair. So they've all got these wacky, crazy hairstyles. And I think even Nightcrawler here needs a trim. But that's
Yeah,
probably...
that's the thing. I couldn't get these guys just on their hair sculpt alone. No way. Ugh.
Yeah, everybody was rocking mullets, man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they're loving it in the early 90s. Mullets weren't even in fashion in the 90s either, so I don't get why.
Oh yeah, they were.
In the mid 90s, mullets were in fashion. Or weren't they like a more late 80s type of vibe?
I'll give you one word.
Go on.
That will kill your argument.
Okay.
Seinfeld.
Okay. So you're talking to someone from the UK who's never seen an episode of Seinfeld. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I know what you're on about, only because the Simpsons take the piss out of them all the time. But I've never seen an episode of Seinfeld. That's like the original like daytime comedy thing, isn't it? It's like before Friends and stuff like that. That was the go-to show, right?
Yeah, I mean, Friends was probably the late 90s, but early 90s, you're talking like, we're talking like 21 Jump Street.
He's talking about the original
Seinfeld.
TV show, not the film, you young kids out there.
Yeah. With Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I
Johnny
remember.
Depp.
I know that one.
And there was another, 90210. All those kids were rocking mullets.
Okay, I know. Does anyone in the chat have a mullet? Very interesting. Make yourself known. Very curious to know if you got a mullet. I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight if I didn't know. But no, I know what Seinfeld is, Todd. Would you reckon I'd enjoy the comedy of Seinfeld? Because it is one of those where I've seen it on Amazon Prime and I've always been intrigued because I know a lot of comedians that I like always quote Seinfeld. The same way I quote Simpsons a lot. People quote Seinfeld.
I'm curious if it would translate because a lot of British humor doesn't translate to Americans.
Because we're too sarcastic. Apparently, we're too dry and sarcastic sometimes. I think, like.
Yeah, I'm curious because a lot of I don't enjoy a lot of British humor, so I don't know that if the reverse would be possible if Seinfeld is that universal of comedy.
I'll get back to you on that, Todd, because it is something that's intrigued me. Like I know that's just a complete tangent, and young Brandon's like, "What are you two on about?" But that was just I've never really spoke to anyone about it, and it is something I was aware of. So maybe I will. I'll get back to you anyway.
But you like The Simpsons, and that's very American humor.
Simpsons is my favorite TV show. Okay, so obviously people don't usually see this, but I'll show you on my video. Brandon sees this all the time. He sees the top shelf on my display, and anyone watching the stream can see now. Is Simpsons. So I've got the Lego house there and then the Lego Quickie Mart. And then I've got like a couple of rows of those World of Springfield figures. But upstairs, I have like 2 totes of unopened World of Springfield figures. And I have the whole set of Futurama figures as well. That are pretty sought after now as well. Not something I ever promote on the channel or talk about. But yeah, Simpsons, Futurama, I love that stuff. I just jump into the chat because people are joking around. Fro Buffett says Billy Ray Cyrus was 90s. You're not wrong. Brandon, do you know what Billy Ray Cyrus' most popular song is?
Do
the chat know? I'm sure.
Oh.
It's like the only thing he's known for. His daughter's obviously more famous than him now.
Yeah. His daughter was like my childhood crush growing up.
Oh my god! What year were you born?
He was born.
What year were you born?
96.
96.
Oh,
I forget how young he is as well, Todd. I forget how young he is as well.
At least I'm a 90s baby. That still qualifies me as a millennial. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm not like Gen Z kind of thing.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I reference early 90s films and, just think you hadn't seen Ghostbusters. They're the biggest example. Breaky Heart. There you go. I told you. I was waiting for the chat to let you know, yeah. I was hoping you would sing it, Brandon. That was my ploy. I was trying to get you to sing Achy Breaky Heart.
I had it in my head, but I couldn't get it out.
Remind us, Brandon. Let's hear it. Let's hear a few bars from Achy Breaky Heart. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't get it out.
I'll give you a little da 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 da. Go on, there's the melody. Off you go.
I want to put.
Is it like please don't break my achy breaky heart? Is that how it goes?
Nah, close. How did he do, Todd? How did he
Close.
do?
Oh God! All I want to do is eat the front sight every time I hear that song.
Okay, we're being distracted. Mullets are distracted as people. They're dangerous things, all right? They're dangerous things. Right, so I've finished talking about AoA character designs. That was all I've got up. So the chat can let us know. Are there any AoA characters that we haven't mentioned in this crazy stream that definitely didn't take us 3 goes to get right that we haven't talked about? I know a few people mentioned Legion. I didn't pull up a picture of Legion, but he is a key character. He has crazy hair as well. Like, I haven't even got a picture, but I know that for a fact. But yeah, anyone in the chat, let us know. Abyss. Do you know who Abyss
Is that the
is?
dude with the pencil eraser hair?
Yes, that's Legion. Yeah, with the big up, like Scotty Too Hotty hair. If you know who Scotty Too Hotty is.
I can't stand the look of that character.
Yeah, that's Legion essentially. Rush and JC, CJ. Sorry, I keep saying JC. It's CJ. CJ says Abyss, and Abyss is like a crazy looking character that like is in segments. He's like shadow face type thing, and then he's like segmented. Very interesting character design. Frank says Angel and Husk and Dazzler. CJ is just laughing at Brandon singing, I think. Air Extreme says Husk. Marcus Yee says, wait, is Psylocke part of it, but AoA Storm is dope though, and AoA Bob is nasty. Okay, so Psylocke was not in AoA at all. So in the original run of AoA, Psylocke just wasn't in there. She wasn't in the good guys, she wasn't in the bad guys. She was never mentioned, never brought up. Psylocke just didn't exist. I think she has been brought up in one of the preludes or something, but in the original run of AoA, Psylocke just wasn't there. She was a missing character. And Darth Clueless gets this WWE shout out. Yeah, Scotty Too Hotty, too cool. That's who that was. But yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. So Articulated Heron says a new head for Blink with her AoA hair. Banshee had a great design in AoA. Dazzler, who was also smoked like a chimney. And without Xavier, the X-Men went wild on nicotine. Yeah, so it's true. Without Xavier, the X-Men were all over the place. But yeah, Dazzler and Cloak both have interesting designs. Banshee sort of looks similar. He still has the wings under his arms, but he does look a little bit different. And yeah, Blink also has long hair. Like the figure we've got of Blink currently, where is she? She's on my shelf somewhere. Has like the short bob, where she's from her new run in the comics. But the AoA Blink has like the longer ponytail type hair, I think. Some people say Storm. Matt says Batman. Yeah, the AoA Batman is a crazy design. You a fan of that one, Brandon?
No.
When Batman appeared in the AoA comics, it was a big point for 90s nostalgia. AoA Batman's a great look. Great look.
Yeah, no. Did we talk about that on a previous stream?
What, AoA Batman?
Yeah.
Maybe. The Night Falls Batman looked a bit AoA, to be fair, with that crazy design.
Yeah.
That Mafex are doing. Quicksilver AoA says Rush. Kevin says, you're right. I have no idea what I was right about, but at least I got something right. I got one thing right out of all this nonsense I'm talking. That's not a bad thing.
I keep posing while you've been talking about this. I keep posing Kang, right? But no matter what I do, I always get him into this pose. I just feel like it's so powerful.
Yeah, that's the pose. That's the pose I'll probably go for with Kang. Out of the Joe Fixit wave, who did you go for, Todd?
I'm getting the whole wave. I only have 3 of them thanks to Amazon. That I gotta wait for the rest to show up on Monday.
Which 3?
I have Thunderstrike and the 2 duds. I have Iron Man and Captain America. So I actually wanted the I actually wanted the Iron Man because I like Iron Man, and I wanted that cost. It's rare that we get a blue Iron Man.
I agree. I'm with you, Todd. You know me. Anything like I'm building my own little hall of armor. Yeah, again, anyone watching, I can show. Right up there, I've got like a hall of armor shelf. and I love different. Like it's my own amalgamation. It's MCU mixed with comic. It's my own little Hall of Armor, and yeah, I need a blue one. The only blue sort of design that we've had, well, we haven't really had in Marvel Legends, but I know Igor, that bigger design.
Yeah.
We had him,
and that was a movie figure.
Yeah. He's blue. That's the one on there. But there are other. There's still loads of Iron Man 3 armors they could give us. To be fair.
Yeah, I'd love more armors on that Mark 7 bay.
And then I got the Captain America just because I want to build Joe Fixit and sell him.
So does he come with? So all of them come with a Build-A-Figure piece then? You can't skip any.
I want to say yes.
There's no way you would have got that Captain America if it didn't have a Build-A-Figure piece, right?
I actually wanted the head.
Yeah, there's.
But I probably not. I probably would have skipped it.
Yeah, I'm curious about those unmasked
heads. If he
heads.
didn't have an unmasked head,
Yeah, I do like. I'm a sucker for stuff like that. When they throw in a few accessories that you could potentially use on other figures, then it piques my interest a little bit more.
Yeah, I doubled up on Falcon and Kang and Jocasta.
Are you gonna use Jocasta as a body for what's her name, Lilandra?
Possibly. I've got that video game figure that a lot of people have been using as well.
What video game figure? I thought most people were using Silver Sable.
I'm trying to remember what it's from, but yeah, it's got a lot more of an armored look. The name is escaping me. Somebody in the chat will probably chime in.
I can't think. Well, Blake has jumped in with a super chat and he's directing it at you. So I'll let you know when Friday reads it out to us. But as I said, sometimes she's a little bit slow, but she's about 1 sec. So basically, Blake is saying, what alternate universe X-Men figures would you choose, Todd? It was directed at you. He's asking Rectangular. What alternative? There you go. Hang on. Friday was a little bit slow, but she's saying it right now.
Blake Quellman donated $4.
Thank you very much, Blake.
99 through Super Chat. Rectangular, what alternate universe X-Men figs would you choose if you had to?
The Powers of 10 wave I'm actually looking forward to because we're supposed to be getting Jean, and our Marvel Girl.
Oh yeah, as the other figures in that wave have leaked, haven't they? Well, maybe.
Rumored list.
Rumored, yeah.
Cyclops and Marvel Girl. So we need a Marvel Girl. See, that's what I like. Is like if you're gonna give us, air quotes, alternate reality or alternate versions of these characters or alternate storylines, have it be something that we can use from previous versions or previous teams.
Yeah.
Give us a costume that we don't have yet that we need.
That's the little short green dress, isn't it? The one that Marvel Select did, and it came with that diorama piece for the X Gate, and now it's like impossible to find on the aftermarket.
Correct.
Yeah, I wanted them. I did try and track them down a while ago. They were on my eBay save search listings for a long time and could never find them.
It's better off getting a 3D print.
Yeah, probably.
We actually have a Marvel Legends Marvel Girl from the dark days of
Hasbro. Yeah, I remember.
That figure is garbage.
Yeah, I remember. I tried to forget about that one, but yeah, you're right.
It was a 2-pack with Cable, I believe.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm also intrigued. Like I've not read the Powers of 10 type storyline yet, but I do. That is one that I do think I will go and read before these figures come out next year, just so I'm a little bit more excited, because I'm familiar with the character designs just from pictures online and all of that. But like Professor X with the big helmet on and stuff like that, like I know who that is, but I don't know why he's dressed like that, etc. So, have you read that new line?
I skimmed through it, but no, I haven't read it, page per page, and nothing Nothing really stood out. I'm sure it's a good story. Just nothing really like blew me away as far as like the art goes, or like panels that really looked amazing.
I know a lot of people are using the Apocalypse head that came with the Age of Apocalypse on the Joe Fixit body, because there's like a scene in that where they're all wearing suits. They all meet up, or all the villains all meet up or something.
Yeah. So if we get a bigger suited body in white, then we could have Magneto in that suit too.
Yeah, we need a white suited body in Marvel Legends, and we've said this before, because there's a few characters they could use for it. With who was it? Who's the first one that comes to mind? White suit. What's his name? Mr. Negative.
Mr. Negative, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Negative, and
all we have is the Deadpool in the white suit right now.
yeah, but he's got. I'm trying to find him on my shelf. He's got the red neck, isn't he? The red neck peg. We just need a white suit would be good, because we could also get like Jigsaw, like an interchangeable head for Jigsaw or something like that, because I know he's had white suits in the past, and I just think a suited character, like what they did with what's his name, Chameleon, where they give us different heads on a suited body, makes a figure more desirable.
Agreed.
Yeah, Rush says as well in the comments, Jigsaw also wears white. Right.
I was trying to find my I've got some of the House of X comics. But
okay.
But just while we were on the X-Men theme, I thought I'd show some I've got like nearby.
Oh, very nice.
So there's that.
So you could teach us about House of X, Powers of X as when it comes out, Brandon, right? We can do a stream and you can educate us all.
Well, I got to make sure I read them by then.
Have you got the hardbacks or like paperbacks or something, or single issues? What have you got?
This is one of my most favorite things on the whole wide world. Is it here? Yeah, look. Ready?
We're ready.
Who knows what this book is in the chat?
I think I know what it is.
So?
It looks familiar. I don't know that.
Can I take a guess? I could be wrong. I don't know for sure.
Let's see what the chat says first.
Okay. Let me put the camera on Brandon. There you go. The camera's on you, Brandon. Let's see if anyone in the chat can guess. I think I know what it is, though.
Yeah. What do you think it is?
X-23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to guess.
Yeah.
Aaron.
I didn't know it was the first appearance, but I knew it was X-23 because I knew what the NYX was.
It's one of my favorites. I got the run in here as well, I think.
Have you ever got any comics graded, Brandon?
I've never got one of mine graded, but I do have one graded comic.
What is it?
It is Miles Morales' first appearance.
Oh, wow. That's one that will surely hold its value for a while.
Gutted, though. When I bought it, I didn't realize, but I bought it and it was 7.5.
Yeah.
And then the seller that I bought it from, he put up another one the next day for 8.5. And the difference was like a £25 difference. I was so mad. I messaged him and I said, look, can I just give you the 7.5 back, the extra 25 and get the 8.5? And he said, no, I don't do returns, blah, blah, blah. So I said, well.
Could you not have just brought the other one and sold off your the 7?
That's what I should have done. At the time, I didn't really think twice.
Okay.
But in retrospect, that's what I should have done, because then I could have sold the 7.5 one now, because it goes for like crazy money now compared to what I think I paid like £50 for it.
I've been slowly doing some research into the whole grading malarkey, because I know Pokemon cards at the minute are going for crazy money, and like I've been trying to tell my friends to find Pokemon cards because they're worth loads. Like go and search your mum's house, go and find them. And my mate's found like a load of shiny cards, and he wants me to resell them.
Really?
Yeah, so I want to look at getting them graded to see if they can be a little bit worth something. Yeah. So what one's that? Oh, that's the Phoenix, right?
Yeah, this Death of Phoenix, I think, right?
Wow, the cover sort of gives it away.
And then that's when Cyclops, I think, leaves, right? Because he's like, oh no.
These covers keep giving the story away there. Spoiler alert.
And just to celebrate before we get into next year.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Of course, it's completely different to the film though. Well, not completely, but a lot is different in the film. But one of the best storylines. Phil Jones says, watch Very Gary Comics on YouTube for graded comics talk. Oh, okay, interesting. The whole grading world intrigues me. Do you know how like the value of things, if it's graded, just jumps up? Have you got any? I think I've already asked you. You haven't got any secret Pokemon cards you can give me that I can sell for thousands of pounds, right?
I don't think I do.
Okay, but Todd, do you have any?
No, Pokemon was. I was in like in the army when Pokemon got big.
Were you not trading Pokemon cards around on the barracks and stuff to just to keep past the time?
I did pick up X-Men trading cards or Marvel. I think I just have X-Men trading cards. I don't think I have any other.
They're quite hard to get as well at the minute. Do you know, because Ryan Ting keeps posting pictures of the trading cards, and I've said Bobby Valley was talking about or getting a set or something on there because he's well into cards, isn't he? I swear I've seen it on your podcast. Bobby was talking about trading cards, so I started going down that rabbit hole, and the X-Men ones ain't easy to find for cheap. Is that Winter Soldier?
Yeah, these two aren't the first appearance of Winter Soldier, but it's from that.
Okay.
Run. The first appearance is in here somewhere.
I'm trying to look around. I ain't got any comics I can show you. I've got my encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's the first appearance. Is that the first appearance?
That's Brubaker, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not his first appearance. No. Winter Soldier's been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, no, this is from that run. One of these is definitely his first appearance. I just can't remember which one.
Didn't Winter Soldier first appear in a Black Widow comic?
No, Captain America.
Okay.
Again, in this Brubaker run. This is what they based the movie on, right? Yeah. More or less.
Winter Soldier still probably. I don't want to say favorite because my mind changes all the time, but it's got to be it's got to be in the top 5, top 3 MCU films. What's your favorite MCU film, Todd?
Yeah, that one is pretty high up there for me.
The first appearance of Barack Obama, is that?
Yeah, I still love the first Captain America.
Yep, first Avenger.
Yeah, me too.
That one I think people appreciated as time went on. I think when that first came out, people didn't jump on the hype, and as time went on and fell in love with the character, they went back and appreciated that film more. I know I definitely did. I've seen it in the cinema, and because as we said, being British, Captain America wasn't like, I knew who he was, but he wasn't someone I loved. But yeah, Chris Evans changed my mind on that guy. I love Captain America now. Right. So we're going to get gone in the next 10 minutes, people, if that's all right with you two.
Sure thing.
So we'll open the floodgates up to the chat. So as I said, today's main topic was Age of Apocalypse because I did get the whole Age of Apocalypse wave. I was going to open them on stream, but then I thought it may just be more fun to talk about other characters that we haven't got rather than talking about figures that have been out most of the year. And Brandon doesn't want to just sit here and watch me open toys, do you, Brandon? That wouldn't have been very entertaining.
I should open it because it's, it would be fun.
So anyway, I've got them all. So they're all here. I do like they're nice looking figures. I'm not going to lie. It's just that I have no attachment to these designs, but as figures, they look fine. They look good. Like this Sunfire looks very nice. Very nice. Morph as well. Not the Morph I wanted, to be honest, but it's Morph from AoA. Not a fan of his head sculpt though there. But question. If you had to pick one of the AoA figures, like just one that you like or one that you would have on your display, which would it be?
Sugar Man.
Yeah.
Cheat.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong though. That's the reason I have the whole wave. If Sugar Man was just this deluxe figure, I would have got Dark Beast, Sugar Man, and be done with it. But the reason I've got the whole wave is because it's just the best way. I just think it's the most best financial way to get Sugar Man. Like, because especially when I got them on sale as well. Like, for the amount of price I got the whole set, it's probably the price I could have got Sugar Man on the aftermarket. So that's why I've got the full wave.
At least with Dark Beast, apparently he has showed up in the 616. So
yeah, I was telling.
That would probably be.
I was telling Brandon earlier. So a couple of characters did escape the universe and get into the 616. Sugar Man is one of them, and 616 Beast went into the 616, but he went back in time in the 616. Like, he landed in a different time to everybody else. So he was left underground experimenting on mutants, and it's been shown that Dark Beast is the person who created the Morlocks. Do you know, like the mutated mutants from underground, all of that? So Dark Beast is the guy who created the Morlocks because he's been experimenting with mutants in the 616. Because when he come out after the Age of Apocalypse, he went through the time, but he landed in a different time zone. So it will show that he created the Morlocks. So yes, you're right. Again, my memory's fuzzy with that, but I did do a bit of research on Dark Beast because Beast is my favourite X-Men, so like I know a little bit about Dark Beast. But right, so
it's a super easy kit.
Yes,
super easy kit bash for Hasbro to make is I think it's Cersei from Morlocks.
His assistant.
That she's like the leader, and basically you just take that Storm with a mohawk.
Oh yes. They just remind me of the mutants that live underground in Futurama, because it's an obvious rip-off to the Morlocks. Articulated Heron says you can fudge in Sugarman Dark Beast into your X-Men 616 shelf, and Wild Child is now wearing his AoA look in House of X. Oh, okay. Interesting. So now you know. I'd still feel like we need... Like, it doesn't feel right to have Wild Child and not an accurate... what's it, Sabretooth to go with him. Yeah, it just feels a bit odd that they'd give us him and not Sabretooth. That's why I think more are coming. Because, again, Cyclops is another main character that they didn't give us. So
I just wish that the Hellfire Club Emma Frost was pinless legs. I know that's completely unrelated, but I just looked at her and thought it.
Well, Emma Frost, the new Emma Frost, we had pinless legs.
Yeah.
I wish she was easy
because
to stand.
That's the thing. They fall over all the time. Her and Jean.
Todd, did you ended up getting two? You ended up getting two Hellfire sets, right? So you could have Celine and Jean Grey.
Yep.
Are you keeping the Breathers, or not Breathers, but Donald Pearson? Sure. Are you selling them, or did you just buy it just for the extra girls, or are you keeping all of them?
No, I'm keeping all of them. I'm always, even though I've never broken a Hasbro Marvel Legend.
Yeah.
In all the years I've been collecting, I always have an air quotes backup.
Yeah, especially with these exclusives. I think they're quite plentiful now because obviously we didn't have a San Diego this year, so they found a way to put them out. But after March next year, once everyone gets their pre-orders, I don't think they'll be, just like all exclusives, they'll get harder to find again. And we're definitely not getting these single released. Definitely not. That's why you got two of the same figure in one box.
This is the last question from me. As it stands right now, if I was going to ask you guys your number one favorite legend of the year, which one? If you could take one legend from this year into next year, all the other legends never happened, which one?
It's got to be that War Machine.
Yeah.
They came so close to nailing it. Like, if they'd given him another cannon on the left arm, and trying to remember, he does not have pinless knees, right?
No.
Yeah, if they just made his knees pinless and given him an extra cannon, he would have been a 10 out of 10.
You have no idea, Brandon, right now, but you are being held up by Hellfire Hank. He says, how dare you even ask that question when he is the clear answer?
My iPad's over here. I wasn't looking.
Put your hands up, Brandon. There you go. Being held up by Hank here live on the stream.
Right. Actually, I'll do you one better, Dan. Here you go. How's this for my hands up?
Okay, Kang. No, Kang can beat Hellfire Hank. Come on now. Is that who your favorite is, by the way, Kang?
I'm the more I play around with him, the more I'm leaning to it. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier, Falcon and War Machine, and Winter Soldier come a clear second. But I think Kang really takes it home for me.
If they had given better range of motion to the hips on Shang-Chi, that also would have been a 10.
We're going to get another Shang-Chi, though. Come on now. They're going to give us Shang-Chi in the whole outfit.
Shang-Chi is definitely up in my top 10 for this year, for sure. The other one is if the retro Spider-Man had pinless, if he was just pinless, full stop,
Yep.
And if he had open palm hands, that would have taken him that would have made him number one for me. But because of those two things, and because the other figures are just that great, they just edged him into top five.
I don't like the neck on that figure either.
Oh,
And the elbows suck on that figure.
It's just, even if they'd left the legs with pins, it's just that. It still bothers me.
Dwight has said he's aware of that and he wants to fix it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the main thing is the open palm hands. Is if it had open palm hands, I would, because it's annoying having to switch it out with the other hands.
Golden Arms is mentioned in Doctor Doom in the comments as well. People forget that's this year.
Doctor Doom is probably going to be my number one.
Todd, will you do a top 10 this year for your channel, or will you do something with the articulated equation guys? Infinity equation guys, sorry.
I don't know. I always threaten to do top 10, and then I just never.
You should. You're definitely you're a voice in this community that people know, and I think people would watch it. I enjoy genuinely jumping around channels. Do you know, at the end of the year and seeing people's top 10s, and I literally will sit and watch everybody's. I love seeing everyone's opinions. So
and I especially love it when people do breakdowns by line, like Legends comics, MCU, Black prequels, Black Series originals, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you should definitely do one, Todd, or at least you do one on the podcast with the lads. But yeah, at the end of the year streams and stuff are going to be fun, I think. But right, we're gonna wrap it up here, people. We're gonna hit in the 2-hour mark now. I said to the missus I'd finish at 10, and it's now 11:15. But we had internet issues, didn't we? We had internet issues, so. But yes, Todd, thank you very much for surprising us all and dropping in to talk about AoA.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. We're not doing a Infinity Equation podcast or live stream tomorrow, so.
Oh, okay. So it's Halloween, isn't it? Like, Halloween's a big, big deal over there. It's sort of here. It's getting a bit bigger over here.
Well, it's Saturday is Halloween, but tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh,
wow!
Happy birthday, my friend. Make sure everyone in the chat sends a rectangular nice happy birthday before we get off. Going to be 21 again.
Oh! Check the chat.
Who we got in the chat? Who's here? Dan, AoA forever. Okay, there's Dan Yun. Dan Yun. Okay, so Dan, before we go, right, Dan, just because you're here, let me just show you. This is how it started. Brandon sold me this at a great price, and then I realised I need Sugar Man. So now I've got Dark Beast. Now I've got Jean Grey. Now I've got Weapon X. And Brandon told me how he got his arm as well, by the way. So I was very pleased. Thanks for that knowledge, Brandon. Cyclops did it, by the way, if you wanted to know. And Cyclops is actually a Cyclops. But Dan knows that. We got Morph. We got Firestar. Firestar? Sunfire. Who's Firestar? Yeah, Sunfire.
Sunfire.
and Wildchild.
We're waiting for her.
Yeah, we need Firestar. Yeah, so Dan, I'm confused. So how come we got Wildchild and not Sabretooth? All right? We were asking questions. And Todd, by the way, everyone's wishing you happy birthday. Dan's wished you happy birthday. Tyler, Manny Fresh, Frank, Jamie, Squirrel Leader. The leader of the Squirrels is here. I can't believe it. Blake, CJ, 42012, J Figs. They're all saying happy birthday, Todd. But yeah, Dan Yun, I got all of the AoA, so now my wish list is happening, right? So I can send you that. I can slide into your DMs with my wish list, and you and Dwight are going to make that happen for me, right? That was the deal I think we agreed without words. We didn't need words to make that deal. We just had an agreement. But yeah, it's happened. It's happened. All right, but Brandon, tell people where they can find you online.
Yes, guys, as always, Hero.collections on Instagram is always a place to find me. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for sticking with us and staying on the stream today, especially now that we've switched to our new Thursday time slot. Really appreciate it. Dan, as always, my friend, a pleasure talking to you. And Todd, as always great and an honor when you join, man.
Todd, where can the people find you online?
Thanks, guys. On YouTube, I'm rectangular with a K, and Instagram, it's _rectangular with a K.
It's on the screen right now if anyone wants to know. The logo's right there, flashing for you. So go and subscribe to Rectangular and follow on both on Instagram. As always, thank you very much, lads, for joining me to just chat nonsense about Marvel Legends. I do try and talk to my missus about them, but she does not care. So you guys will have to do. But Dan in the chat, Dan Yuns just said that I can send him.
Yes.
Send in my wish list. So there you go, people. My wish list is coming true. So all these videos I've been making with all these figures I wanted, they're all coming now. They're all coming, and Dan's confirmed it for us. All because of AoA.
Dan, this is the best. This is the best.
So make my wishes come true and give us a Starjammers box set.
Yeah, I'd take a Starjammers as well. Happy days. But yes, people, Thursdays is going to be our new time slot. So we were a little bit sloppy today. As I said, internet issues. We had to restart the stream. But yeah, Thursdays, 8 p.m. UK time. I think that's what we're going to try and do moving forward. That's what keeps the girlfriend happy. And you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. So we're going to leave it there. Follow me on Instagram. It's Dan Who. On Twitter, at Dan Who Reviews. And thank you to Brandon and Todd, aka Rectangular. And as always, people,